Oh my god, it's so beautiful! It's so beautiful! Oh my god. Now, with a string of really bad reboots and revivals, you know, obviously with Powerpuff Girls and Ben 10 and of course Teen Titans Go, there has been a massive string of just really bad reboots and revivals over at Cartoon Network that have just really hurt the show, really hurt the series' credibility and really made it that when you ever talk of reboots and revivals at a TV station, it just really makes everyone go, ugh. But along comes Samurai Jack with a revival and fifth and final season, the final chapter of Samurai Jack, and right out the gate, we got it, baby! We waited for it for years. We, hoped and prayed it would be good. And what did we get? Something fucking awesome! Oh my god. Congratulations, Gennady Tarkovsky. Everybody a part of this. Oh my fucking god. Thank you. First episode, I am in. Thank you so much for doing... This is how... Everyone else, take fucking notes. Because this is how you do a revival or a reboot. Well, it's not really a reboot. Revival of a show. And you do it with class, with taste, and you take everything that was good about the show and add on to it more so. Because, god damn it, this is how you fucking do it. It was worth the wait. I'm saying it right. It was worth the wait. Now, let's talk about the first episode. So it pretty much is that, as we know from the trailer, Jack has been stuck in the future for 50 years, but he does not age. And yes, he has lost the sword. We don't know the full extent of why he has lost the sword, but that's probably going to be explained soon. The other thing with this show, and the other thing with this, is that Jack is kind of like, he's delusional. He's becoming mentally unstable. He's hallucinating a lot, and we also have a new villain group called the Daughters of Aku, which, can I just say that, did anyone else get a Knights of Ren feel from them? Did anyone else get like a Knights of Ren type feel from them? Because they worship Aku, and it seems like Aku's only been there once, and it's kind of left up in the air, at least for me, that because they said Aku came to their cult once, and that was it, and they just want to be graced with his presence again. So I'm wondering, are these girls not really the Daughters of Aku? I think they are, because like how they say the Aku's fire is within them and all that. But I'm kind of like, are they really Daughters of Aku, or are you guys just crazy worshippers of Aku? Because it seems like that, and man, some of the shit you saw with them, like, you would never see a toddler get beaten half to death by a giant 8-foot woman on regular TV. And this is what I like about this revival, is that it's kind of like in the sense of the same way of Old Man Logan, where it takes the violence and it makes it part of the story. Now, obviously, yes, Samurai Jack is not accustomed, is always been accustomed to having violence in its show, but it's always been robots. And we see robots in here, especially that friggin' awesome opening scene in that battle with that robot assassin, Scaramouche. I think that's how you say the name. But, that's kind of the thing, is that all the really violent stuff came from Jack's hallucinations and the Daughters of Aku. That was kind of the thing. And and a lot of people were worried when Jack was going to be on Adult Swim that it was just going to be like, Jack saying fuck and shit, and there's going to be blood everywhere. Trust me, there's going to be blood. But thankfully, it's still done in a way that it still feels like the original cartoon, but they've added it to make it more, to accentuate the violence and give more of a deeper storytelling. Like that scene in the river where Jack is just flipping out and seeing all these leaves fall to the ground, and it just becomes a river of dead bodies, just crying out for help, and so I'm really glad that, it's still robot, we are going to get, people getting cut up and killed, and that's going to be very soon, but it still feels like, he's fighting robots, and from the second episode, it even says that, all Jack has done is fight robots. Aku just keeps sending robots and cyborgs to fight him, and it's just nuts and bolts. He's never really fought a flesh and blood opponent in a long time. So I'm like, okay, this is going to be new for you, Jack. Yeah, so that's kind of a cool idea that Jack's never really gone up in a long time. He hasn't really gone up against a flesh and blood opponent that wasn't magically created by Aku or turned out to be a buddy. Anyway, yeah. Also, just me, I don't think the guy on the horse is Aku. Because when the assassin, which I'm like, if you're Aku's top assassin, why didn't you go after him first? Whatever. Anyway, so, I don't know, that was just something in the back of my head. I know he was just made for this episode, but I know I'm off topic here. But yeah, when Jack is talking with the assassin points out, oh, you don't have the sword? Let me go call Aku. So it seems like Aku doesn't know that Jack doesn't have the sword anymore. Because if he didn't, Aku would probably be like, well, you're not really a threat to me anymore if you don't have the sword. So, it seems like, yeah, Aku doesn't know, so here I am thinking, then who's the guy on the horse? That image of the horseman Jack keeps seeing. Really interested to see where that's going to go. And it seems like Jack's more afraid of him than he is Aku. Also, I find it hilarious that the first time we hear that, Greg Baldwin, who most of you guys would know best is the guy who filled in for Iroh after Mako's death, he also did Aku's voice in Fusion Fall, in the video game Fusion Fall. And he's come back to do this. He's been reprised his role. He's come back to fill in for Mako after his passing to voice Aku. And the first time we hear him, it's over a phone. And it's kind of funny because I know some people are like, well, that seemed kind of lessens Aku, is that the first time you hear him is over a phone. And I'm like, did everyone just forget great flaming eyebrows? Did everyone just forget that? Because that's a thing that happened. So, the fact that the first time we hear Aku in this new season is over a phone and him going, hello, speak up, it doesn't really affect me. Anyway. So yeah, wondering where this is going to go. Jack not having his sword, I'm wondering if he'll ever get it back. Because it seems like, yeah, whoever that horseman is, he's more scared of him, and I'm really excited to see where that story arc's going to go. Like I said, this show, right out the gate, first episode, I'm in. Like, the first few minutes where Jack is fighting the robot beetles in, like, the samurai Mad Max kind of or I guess you could call it Mad Jack's attire and motorcycle. See what I did there? It was a bad joke. I was already like, I'm in. And I like how Jack is kind of using, not just weapons he's forged, but also weapons he's taken. He takes Scaramucci's, like, sonic tuning sword, which is kind of cool. And yeah, this does harken back to an episode of Samurai Jack where Jack couldn't just depend on the old ways, he had to forge and find a new way of battling certain opponents. So him using guns, it's kind of in a way very close to what Jack's been trained to do. Always evolve your fighting styles, because if you stick to the old ways, and you keep up to it, you're gonna get killed. So without the sword, he had to really change up his battle tactics. So I really like that. All in all, yeah, Gennady Tartakovsky, awesome. Thank you for bringing this back. Episode 1, I'm in. Let's continue to do this. But yeah, so you guys tell me, what did you guys think of the first episode of Samurai Jack? Did you guys like it? Did you guys hate it? Just comment below, let me know. Also, I'm curious, do you guys want me to keep doing episode reviews of Samurai Jack for the new season? Just comment below, let me know if you guys want me to do episode reviews of Samurai Jack, because there's a part of me that does. Anyway, once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later.